So hello guys and welcome back to part 3. So getting straight into it, we're going to start lipping our building. So I'm just going to chuck this wall across and we're just going to double it out so it's sticking one block out. And this is really to create the roof more for our side parts, our left and right parts of the building. And realistically you don't really have to go all the way over on top of the wall. Because really we're going to be going across the top with our actual roof itself. So really we just want to carry this wall on all the way outside. So really we could just do what I'm doing here and just carry it on all the way across the outside of the building. And this is really just to create our the lip in the building is to create the roof for the side parts, and then if you notice on the Springfield Elementary you have that piece sticking out as you would on the front of the building. So for now we're just going to go across the top of the inside, and then we're just going to double lap it because that will actually be the wall going up on the middle. So we're just going to carry this on all the way around the building. Now guys, I always get to this part and think to myself, is this looking the way I want it to? And quite honestly it wasn't. And then I got a bit further on with the build. I did edit the doors, which we're going to go over after just creating this lip and the roof now. And honestly, after doing that, it's actually so much better than I thought it was. But I say that on every build I do. It doesn't look right until you get them extra features in. So like I say, on the middle part, you can build the wall up at the same time as creating your lip, because for that will actually be raising with the building. It's only on the outside parts that you're actually not going to need to. So guys, I'm using this cyan stained clay, and this is what I'm going to use for the roof. I'm not going to go all the way through showing you me filling in a massive gap on both sides of the building. So basically you're going to repeat this process on both sides, only going up to the purple blocks, or lining up on the outside of them purple blocks, literally where I do it here, and you'll be doing that for both sides. So literally there, and that's where I want you to stop. So guys, now carrying on, we're just going to edit the door, and I'm just removing this purple wall, mainly because I didn't think it looked right, plus I was trying to make enough room because I didn't feel that the window would look right on top of the center. So I'm just moving this over one, and we're going to be doing this same process on both sides, but I won't make you watch me doing both sides, we'll just go through doing the one. So we're just removing all of these columns after we've removed the first one and put it back in, and then we're just going to remove this side of the wall, replace the steps, and then just chuck in this column, running it back the way it should be, and then replacing the purple beams as we would. So we're going to chuck in an extra step on both sides, taking that now to 6 steps, and obviously we will extend the path as well. So we're just going to take up the column as we would, stepping out one every time. So I'm going to do the same here and just step it out, and we're going to do the same on the other side. Now I always remove the outside one first, so I know I've put it in the right place, and then work off of that one. Now if you're building along to this, you will notice that when we do this, or when you do it yourself, the difference, although it's a very small change in the build, actually makes a lot of difference to the whole thing. So you're going to have to knock out that centerpiece there as well. So we're just going to knock out the inside and rebuild it on the outside. and then we're going to just go chuck in the step, or steps should I say, and now chucking in our columns as we would when we first done it. So guys, I am sorry that we had to alter it. It is the problem when I'm building straight from scratch. You look at it, you think, does that look right? Not for me. So we're going to go back to our white stained clay and just build up that inside column quickly, and then we're going to go back to using our hard clay after we build these columns. And now using our hard clay, we're just going to build straight next to where the door arch is, and same on the other side. And guys, repeat this for the back as well. I won't make you watch me doing the same thing twice. So literally knocking out all the way around the door, and I've used orange stained glass just purely because I think it looks much better. It is so much nicer having the option now of the stained glass. It does make hell of a difference to your designs. I was a little bit worried that I didn't think the purple was going to look so well, but actually I'm quite impressed with it. So now you'll see I'm going to jump back in a moment and just give a view from a distance, and straight away you can tell the difference. It looks more in keeping with the school as it should look, and as you can see I've done both sides now. So cracking on with our build, we're just going to build a white clay all the way across, outlining our roof from our side parts, and then we're going to build it up one, and then we're going to build it up another one straight on top to then find out our place for the windows. So now guys, as I'm going to come across, I actually do know the dimensions now. So we're going to do the same on the opposite side, and once you've built that up your two levels, you actually literally just need to build these up like now 2 levels above the roof, and then when you've actually done that, I'm going to leave a gap of 6 from the edge of this block here, and then start putting in my window sills for the windows. So you'd have a gap of 6 on each side. So you can ignore me putting in the 3 gaps, the 3 blocks, or however many blocks I put in as a gap originally. So basically instead of 3, you'll put 6 straight off, so you don't have to alter anything, and then do your 4 window sills, doing the same on the other side, and then filling in the gap in between. Now guys, this is just me trying to map out how I think it's gonna look. Like I say, I already know what I've done. So it's 6 blocks, then your 4 blocks ready for your windows, and then fill in the center once you've worked out you've got your 6. And like I've just done now, that is exactly how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to take 1 off the side here, add my 1 block to make it 6, put in my other window sill, and then that is literally the dimensions I'm going to use right there. So carrying on, I'm just going to do the same over the other side. So I'm going to do 6, and then I'm going to put in my window sills just so I remember where I'm going. So close to nailing it straight off. So there you go, I'm going to put in my 4, and that is our dimensions now. And we're going to do it exactly the same as we done down on the bottom level. Doing our 2 loads of windows, going to be 4 layers high, 4 blocks long, so pretty much all quite square all the way around. Trying to remember to do our window sills with purple carpet. And at this point you could actually build these up another 2 levels if you wanted to. So another one on top of that level. So I'm going to repeat the process over this side of the building, exactly the same as we've done over the other side. Like I say, you can actually add an extra layer to the columns, because we will be building a lip coming off the side. And there you have it, that's me building my lip, and this will be our roof height now. So we're now getting to the part where we know where our roof is going to be, and both sides of the building should now become somewhat level, and it just leaves us really the front to do. And by the end of this part we will know where that ends. The only part I really need to work on is the middle, so we can work out the window dimensions, and that'll come along quite nicely. I mean, as soon as I sorted out the doors, I knew now that we're going to end up with near on perfect copy of the Simpsons build. I mean, it was quite a worry, it was quite stressful, because when you're building in Minecraft you don't realise whether it's going to look good or not until you get halfway through the build, and even then there's no real way of telling. So here we go guys, we're going to make our way to the first part, and we're going to build this obviously up 2 layers like we have done on the sides. Sorry about that guys. We're just going to place in the windows in exactly the same places as we would down below, so where you've placed your windows you're just going to literally line up to the bottom ones, and do the same for the top layer. Same as the other windows, it'll be 4 long, 4 high, just really in keeping it with the build that we've already got going on. Same as we've done for the other side, and obviously we'll do the same for the back end of the building as well. We're just literally going to build it up 2 layers, find where our windows are placed in the bottom, and then place them in exactly the same place on the top layer. Repeating the process as the front of the building, just building up 2 layers, finding our windows, placing in our window sills to really find where we're going to place them, and then literally repeating the process completely. Now guys, I didn't know what to do for the back of the building, so I thought just really try and keep it as symmetrical as possible. I just copied the front, so that way, at least then, it's as good as it can be. It's in keeping with the frame at the top. Because I really can't find no pictures of the back of the school. I mean, I can find playground pictures, but I just can't find the actual back of the building itself. So I thought best to keep it symmetrical, at least then it's looking nice. And once we come to the end of this part, and we've built up our columns, and we really find the end where we are, I think you'll find that you'll be quite impressed with it as well. You can see that we're really on the right path. It's always a worry when you watch part 1 and part 2, and you're not nearing the end, and I don't know why the colours, the white clay, I'm not sure if that was the right colour to go with. I mean, it looks great to me, but at the same time, because we are limited on block colour, I don't know, I wouldn't have wanted to build this out of wool. Pink may have been a good option, but for me, I like all my buildings to look real, and depending if you've got texture packs or you like using texture packs, depends on how real you can get it. So I always like to use the original Minecraft texture packs on its own to create, because then I know everyone can make the same thing. So guys, we're now going to start creating our lip across the front, but we're only going to go as far as the purple column on the outside. So repeating the process on the other side. Now this column here, the inside column, the first one I actually started building up, keep that one in keeping with the building. So as soon as you get to the lip of the roof, literally keep it there. The other two, or the other two on this side. See, now this one, don't put the extra block on, keep it at the lip. The other two, build it up the one extra like I've done with all three there, because then that way it's actually more in keeping with the pictures. You want that to be level with the lip, and then you want the other ones then to extend that a little bit further, slowly cutting one off at a time. So the next level will be then the other one then coming off, and will be the center ones on its own raised up a little bit extra. So like I say, this one right on the outside, you want that level with the lip of the roof, and then the other two raised one above. Now guys, you will see in a minute how great this actually looks. I'm quite impressed. Now I built the side columns up one extra, just trying to in keep with the picture and the style of Springfield Elementary itself. And like I say, on the outside columns, keep it up to the lip of the roof, the other two raised one higher than the roof, and that'll be more accurate. So literally not adding the extra block I add, just purely on the column I'm doing in 1 second that column. Leave it at that level just now, and leave the two furthest ones out, leave them where they are. So guys, I will be back with part 4 very shortly. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're as impressed as I am.